Hey everybody, this is drummer guy Josh Ronquist. I'm here with someone from Ensiferum who's going to be headlining here tonight for Paganfest number 4 here at Station 4 in St. Paul, Minnesota. How's it going?
Really good, sir.
So how's the tour been so far?
It's been really good. At the beginning we had some problems.
I heard about those, yeah.
Yeah, airline company lost our gear, and the very first show we had to borrow instruments, and we had to change practically the whole set list, like a few hours before the show, because we have some orchestration in the backing tracks in the last 2 albums' songs, and we couldn't play any of those, so it was really like special set, just like song from the first 3 albums. And I think we played one song, We Were Burning Leaves, from the new album. That was quite a challenge, and then we got some of the stuff for the second gig, and on the third show I think we got everything. So from there on it's been a hell of a ride.
Very cool. So how did this come together that you'd be headlining Paganfest?
Well, why not? Well, Ensiferum is one of the oldest bands in this genre, and we have toured in North America, I think 5-6 times already, so I think it was all natural for Vocalist to put us on the headlining position, and why not? We are enjoying it, and we like to play long sets, and
Oh, very cool. Were you able to have any say on who would be touring with you for Paganfest, or was that lined up by the promotion, or how did that go about?
No, we didn't have anything to say about that. They just sent us a question: do you guys want to do this? This would be the lineup. We're like, hell yes. Like Ture and Heidevolk, we know those guys from years back, and anyway, we have worked with Vocalist many times, and everything has went really smoothly. So it was a pretty obvious choice, and we needed to do a North America tour anyway because we released a new album,
which is fantastic, by the way. Well, I absolutely love it.
Thank you, sir.
One question I did have about that album: how did you choose the cover that you guys did for the album?
We usually have some ideas for the cover, like some details, and maybe the situation where this Ensiferum dude is, and then we send out those to Christian Wallin, and a month or 2 later he just sends us the painting. Those are actual paintings that he does, and he did excellent job. It's really surprising color. We wanted to have a red album cover this time, and without going too much of a detail, but it turned out to be even better than we expected.
It was one of my favorite album covers from last year, and I've been really digging it, so it's really cool.
Yeah, I really hope someday we could at least see those paintings, because they're like real huge paintings. Yeah. And I know Margus he would like to even buy those, but I doubt that Mr. Wallin will sell them.
Oh, that would be cool to have in the collection for sure.
Yeah.
So how has the crowd response been for the new album so far?
Surprisingly good, because on this album we kind of took a step forward or sideways or somewhere, kind of push our boundaries a little bit, and we were like, okay, this is definitely something new, so maybe old fans will be like, what the fuck? But on the other hand, you have to be honest to yourself when you compose music. You have to feel proud of every note. You have to be able to stand behind every note, and every album is like a reflection of band's history of a certain period of time. So I think Unsung Heroes is really good picture of what happened in the last few years, and what kind of steps we have taken, and what kind of influences we've got from outside music and also from different genres. And it turned out to be like that, and next album is going to be something different again. But the feedback from media and fans was overwhelmingly positive, which is nice. I think it also proves that like some bands unfortunately keep repeating themselves. maybe it's not intentional, but you know, album after album, you know, you can say, okay, you know, they did this over like 2 albums ago. There's nothing wrong with it. If you feel like that, you like AC/DC, you know, they're doing a hell of a job, even though they've been practically doing the same song for decades. But don't get me wrong, I like AC/DC.
Oh, I do as well. But they do have 2 songs. They have a song by Bon Scott and they have a song by Brian Johnson.
Oh yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, that the feedback kind of proves that people also, you know, fans also. I don't want to say grow up because that sounds way too mature, but kind of evolve, and you know, of course, people are in different kind of situation in their lives also, so maybe they can relate to music also when band goes forward, and maybe people can. It's easier to relate to it also when the band is not stuck in the same thing all the time, and you know, other people's lives just go ahead and there's some different kind of stuff. Sorry, I don't want to explain the lyrics either too much. So.
Oh no. No, but it's that's what I loved about the new album is because you're not repeating yourself. You are actually writing the music that you guys want to make, which are always my favorite kind of albums. Not just the ones that are just trying to make the fans happy, but you got to make yourself happy too, since you're the ones that have to play the songs too.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be, and that's something that when we're sitting in rehearsal room, we try to. You know, to remind ourselves of the teen boys who went to the rehearsal room and composed their very first songs. Like, oh, fuck, this is awesome! You have like 3 chords, totally rip off from Iron Maiden or something, but you feel like really proud. This is our own song. You know, wow, this is so cool. You know, have that feeling when you compose.
Yeah,
I think that's really important to still get some emotion out of your own music.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you're just playing songs that you have no power or emotion behind, it just becomes so stale so quickly.
Yeah, if you start thinking about how to please other people, or I don't know, if you start thinking about it as a job too much, then there's a danger, because there's always the business side in this, which is that's a dangerous thing for other. It's understandable, you know, if some bands say, oh shit, this kind of stuff sells, and fans like this, let's make more of this, and you know, it's a easy and understandable path to go, but that's not the way we want to do it.
And you die out so much quicker when you do it that way too, because trends change so quickly. And if you make your own trend and you keep doing what you want to do, to me, I think you always go farther instead of just making it huge and then drop off within a year.
I agree, and I think that's something that fans also hear, and you can hear from the music if it's made with honest heart or if it's just something to follow the trend.
Exactly. Oh, with that said, how represented is Unsung Heroes on this set list for Paganfest?
For us, it's really important. Like I said earlier, way before we were recording stuff like that. When we do a set list for tours, we usually check out what we have played on previous tours or different cities, that we can change the set a little bit. Well, a lot, so that it's also interesting for hardcore fans who have seen us many times, so there will be some rare songs, and one really crucial thing for us is to have songs from every album, because even though we're promoting still Unsung Heroes, but this is a festival situation. If this would be our headlining set, then there might be more songs from Unsung Heroes, but this is a festival situation, so I think there are like 3-4 songs from the latest album. I think it's really well balanced to have songs from each album.
That's what I was hoping to hear too. Because even though it's good to promote the new album, it's still good to play songs from the back catalog as well.
Yeah. Even though I like, for example, I love Iron Maiden. A few albums ago they did this, I think it was Matter of Life and Death. They played the whole new album. A few old hits. I was there and I'm like, okay, it's a good album, but still, you know, when I go to see a show, I would love to see some of those stuff. But of course, then they did the next tour when they played all the hits from the 80s. Yeah, that was incredible. But yeah, but of course, that's also understandable from a band, especially from a old band like Iron Maiden. I'm sure they don't want to be like fossils, you know, dinosaurs that just cling to their own hits, and they also probably want to prove that we can still make like good songs. So in a way, and they're proud of the new songs, and not just that. So in a way, I respect that. But for Ensiferum, I can't see the situation that we will play just like the new album and 2-3 old hits. Nah. Well, never say never. Never say never.
Yeah. But still, at the same time, though, I mean, it's like there are some people who maybe haven't heard the new album yet that are into you guys, and if they only hear the new material, they might not know it as well, and it might not get as good a crowd response. Yeah,
that's kind of fun. Funny how during all these years that I've been in a band, when I joined the band, Iron was just out.
Yep.
And they released victory songs, and you know there was many people always comparing to the old stuff, but of course when we tour more and more people got into our music, and suddenly Victory Song was the first album they heard, they were like, I'm not so into the old stuff, but this new stuff is more, and it's like it's kind of funny to see how the opinions also change when depending on what's the first album what people have heard. And also there are many people who have heard From Afar album as the first album, and I'm sure there are plenty of people now who have heard Unsung Heroes, but if they look back now and check out the first album, they're probably like, okay, so what's the big fuss about the first album then? Don't get me wrong, but if you get my point, it's always depends on the I think it's on every band, you know, if they evolve a certain direction, people like Metallica or something. When they change their style a little bit, the old school fans were like, nah, bullshit. But there were a bunch of new kids coming who found Metallica, and they were like, oh, what a cool stuff. And that was like the Metallica for them.
That's true.
So. Well, it's not so serious, you know. It's music. It doesn't matter, you know, if you get something out of it.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to be able to enjoy it.
Yes, exactly.
And if you don't enjoy it, there's plenty of music out there.
Yeah, there's no need to, you know, listen to anything you don't like, and no need to bash what somebody likes.
Well, that's kind of my biggest problem in metal right now is like the fans who complain about how the band's newest album is not the most brutal thing they've done. And, you know, that seems like to be the biggest trend right now is, like, writing the heaviest riffs and most brutal riffs. And it's about writing good songs on a good album. Yeah. It's not, at least to me, that's what it should be about.
Yeah, that's the thing. You should have, like, what's the expression? Like a clean start for every album. You know, just start from zero and kind of forget the previous stuff in a way. So you give each album a chance, and not compare it. Of course, it's difficult because, but I'm definitely gonna see that just about a huge baseball fan. And I think there are many bands who write good songs, but writing a good album is a totally different thing again. Have like a good album, that's solid album that carries from the beginning till the end, and there's dynamics. And I don't even think that all the bands think about it even that much. Maybe they just write songs and there's 10 songs and that's an album. For us, for example, it's really important, like on the previous album, we spent still loads of time selecting the songs and thinking about the dynamics even when we were composing stuff, so that there would be like certain drama and it would rise to the heavens in the end of the last song.
Yeah. See, that's what I love so much about Ensiferum is, like you just said, it's a dynamic album every time that you guys write one. I mean, rather than just being static all the way through, maybe one little peak and then stay static again.
Yeah, I think that reflects pretty well us and as composers, and maybe also as a persons, because that's, yeah.
And that's the only thing I've noticed too, you kind of touched on it as well, is like when a person gets into a band they haven't discovered before, they usually hold the first album as like their best, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
It could be the band's worst album, but they'll hold it to be their best. And if the band doesn't get better than that album, they automatically think they suck or they're going on a downfall or something.
Amen.
And it is like you said, you should hold each new album as its new entity because it's a new period for each band.
Yes.
Putting out an album.
But it's difficult and who am I to say how to listen to music? But that's the way, at least I see it, and that way you can get much more out from music. You can find much more good music if you have open mind. You know, even though there's a band you didn't like, or you didn't like their previous album, you still give it a chance. Like one of my favorite artists, Björk. I remember I was in high school when my friends played them the first time or something. I'm like, what a artificial artistic bullshit. And like 10 years later, I remember the situation. I was vacuum cleaning my apartment, and a song called Bachelorette came from stereo. I was like,
yes.
I closed the vacuum cleaner and sat on the couch. I was like, that's an awesome song. I had to listen to it again. I'm like, what happened? How did I miss this for 10 years? But it took time. You know, you have to have an open mind and give stuff a chance.
Yeah.
It makes my life much more interesting. And you don't lose anything by having an open mind. I think it's stupid to narrow your horizon.
Oh, I very much agree. Because there is good music in every genre that's out there.
Exactly.
If you just open up your mind.
Yeah. And there are different kind of music for different situations. Like, there's nothing wrong. There's not right or wrong in this kind of stuff. Like in arts in general, but you know, there's some people who only listen to metal, and I think it's kind of sad because there's so much out there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like I was talking about before. It's only gotta be brutal. It's only gotta be heavy.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Are you always in that mood? You know, when you wake up in the morning and last thing when you go to bed? At least for me, I have different kind of stuff for different moods.
Yeah, just whatever feels right at the time.
Yes.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with being in a metal mood. I mean, obviously we're here tonight. But,
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes some good blues is good to listen to, or jazz, or pop music, or any genre that's out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I like Prodigy. It's really good. It's dangerous when you're driving a car.
Oh yes.
Or when you're jogging, then you start to run too fast and get exhausted after 10 minutes. But it's still good music.
Oh, absolutely. So just to bring things back around here again.
Oh yeah. A little bit carried away.
I could do this for hours off camera too. Where was it? Oh yeah. What were your plans after this Paganfest tour?
We're gonna get home like 10-11 days from now, and then we're gonna be home like 2 days. Then we have 2 shows in Finland, and straight from there we go to Germany. And I think there's a show in Istanbul, and then we're gonna first time ever go to South America.
Oh, nice!
Finally, because I remember when I joined the band 2004. This 5, well, somewhere there. We already then got shitloads of requests. Please come to South America, but they never match our schedules or we live in Finland. You know, even the flights cost like thousands of euros.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, and so this time, luckily the offer is so that we can cover all the expenses, and it fits the time schedule. So we're finally able to go there. Then we have been on every continent except Antarctica. But
if you ever get the tour with Gore, then Antarctica will be good for you.
that'd be something. And after that, it's festival season in Europe. End of the year we have some special plans, but all the time we're even in the bus we're working with new songs already, and then the plan is to hit the studio maybe like a year from now, but latest would be like 2014 autumn, something like that. So it's gonna be busy time for the next 2 years, and then the circle of life, the touring starts again. So, but so far things look really good.
And you kind of touched on my next question. Did you have any full-fledged songs for the next album yet, or is it just like riff ideas, or what do you have so far?
We're really slow composers, so we always end up having tons of ideas, even raw songs, when we hit the studio, like that we can't use. Like on the previous, on Unsung Heroes, there's Pohjola. I think the first demo was made 2005 or 2006.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but we were not happy. There were small details that just, it's not ready. And same thing was with this acoustic song, Last Breath. I think I made the first demo back in 2006.
Wow.
Because I gave the demo of that to the producer, Janne Joutsenemi, when we recorded Victory Songs, and he liked the song and he would have wanted it on the album. But we weren't happy. We were like, there's still something missing. And it was like this one part that I came up with all these 5-6 years, but it finally was ready. So we always have some material to work on, and I think we now have like the raw ideas of each song. I think there are like, I would say maybe 3 are almost ready. Still, of course, there's arrangement, small details, switching some chords and making some hooks.
Oh yes.
But the songs they're definitely getting there, and we have all the ideas for the next album, and it's gonna be interesting because I think personally, especially on From Afar album, we went way over the top with all the orchestrations, and on Unsung Heroes we want to get a little bit back to more raw sound. And, personally, I hope on the next album we will go even more further that way. Some more metal. But let's see. It's still. It depends so much of the vocal arrangements and everything, and all the folk instruments. But it's gonna be another step to a new direction, definitely.
Very, very cool. And like you touched on too, I hope you guys do take your time and just make the best sounds possible.
Yeah,
because that's what's important.
Yeah, that's what we do. We will never ever accept if somebody tells you have to do an album in this culture. We say no fucking way, because we don't work that way. We take our time. We want the songs to be ready, have some kind of pre-production also, and make good demos out of the songs, and and from every studio session you learn, and this is something that we have learned. We have to do this pre-production all the time. We have to do it better and better, because that way when you go to studio you are ready, and so that we have sorry, my English sucks today.
No, it's all right. No problem at all.
There's a vast difference if you just make the songs and go to the studio than if you really have time to play those songs in rehearsal room and check out, maybe I can do this and this with vocals in this part much more. That's something that we really focus more in the future. Every studio session you learn something, and we're much wiser again.
I'm glad to hear it. So in the future, when you be doing your next North American run, what bands would you like to bring with you on tour?
Oh, that's a good one. I think it was 2009 or 10. We're supposed to do a tour with Hypocrisy.
Ooh.
Yeah, but there was some problems with them getting here, and that would have been an awesome tour.
Yeah.
So I really would like to rain check with those guys.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, because that would be also different genre, so it will bring like new people to both bands, for people to give people a chance to find new music. So that would be really something.
Yeah, those are my favorite kind of tours too, where it's not just all the same kind of bands. I like variety.
Yeah.
Because if you hear like 3 black metal bands in a row, eventually you're gonna want to hear something else that night.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's the hazardous size of these kind of Paganfest tours.
Right.
If there's like 5 bands that pretty much sound similar, that's why this tour is really well organized, and I think really good choices. You know, the band choices are really wise, because all the bands bring something new, something different to this lineup. So it's not just 5 bands all have accordion and flute and whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just like you said, I mean, it's a good variety for Paganfest this year. And, it's so awesome to see you guys headlining it for sure.
Yeah.
So, just to wrap things up here, I know you guys got to play in a few hours. Is there anything else you'd like to bring up that I've not brought up yet?
Well, we have talked quite a while, but I don't know, in case, you know, so the listeners, you haven't heard the latest album, Unsung Heroes, check it out.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back, in case you don't get here tonight. Hopefully you do, but if you don't, we'll be back and kick your ass.
I expect nothing less. It has been an honor to interview,
Likewise,
and
sir.
I'm so glad to be able to see you guys play live again.
Thank you.
So once again, this has been Sami from Ensiferum, and this is that German guy, Josh Ronquist. Thank you.
See ya.